Good morning, world, and all its rapids. I'm Brooker here with Kai and Desiree. It's currently 9 o'clock in the morning on December 1st, 2018. Let's get it started at Stop Animal Recreation Beyond Safe Limits, aka Sarbs News, where we talk about all the animals.
We're starting today's show with the tragic story of an elephant named Topsy, who was electrocuted by Thomas Edison as the ending point of the war against currents in 1903. They had originally wanted to hang her, but decided it was too inhumane.
Topsy had killed a man, and that's why they wanted her to be executed. Due to the video being too gruesome, we had recreated the scenes we're going to be talking about throughout this progress in a studio for you to watch.
Now let's get to watching that clip.
It is truly so terrible what happened to poor Topsy.
Truly so terrible, but that's not the only cruel treatment an animal has received. A water buffalo in the Philippines has been slaughtered via machete and caught on film by Francis Ford Coppola.
The slaughtering can be found in the 1979 film Apocalypse Now as a pivotal scene in the film and sparked a lot of upset. It was even protested by the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals in the United Kingdom for violating the Cinematograph Animals Act before it could be released.
Should we show the actual clip? We're showing our recreation instead. Let's roll the clip.
That just breaks my heart for the water buffalo. That's not the only account of animals being killed for films. In Peckinpah's 1973 version of Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, 15 chickens had their heads blown off by the special effects team. They were buried in sand with wires and explosive squibs tied around their necks.
The chickens had flailed every time they fell asleep, so Peckinpah instructed one of his assistants to squirt lighter fluid into the birds' eyes to wake them up. Then, as soon as they perked up, the special effects team blew their heads off.
This was the only cruel act towards animals for this film. Peckinpah wanted to include tripwiring a horse due to his want to kill a horse on film, but was convinced not to.
We were unable to pull up the footage for our recreation of this, so we'll just move on to the next story.
It's terrible that these chickens were killed in such a way.
It's such a shame, but sadly we have news that a horse has been ran off a 75-foot cliff while the film Jesse James has been in production. This horse was seen wearing movie blinkers with eyes painted on them, making them unable to see where they were going, so they were forced to do this dangerous stunt. The horses sadly died.
The fall from a cliff is not what killed the horses, but rather they drowned by either breaking their back from the fall or panicking when they hit the water. This led to the creation of the "No Animals Were Harmed" sign-off used in films.
This is probably my favorite in-studio recreation. Yep. Let's get to showing it.
Right back to Sarbs News after this non-sponsored commercial.
See this lovely cat right here? She was given a good home because we decided to adopt instead of shop, and you should do the same for your animals. Back to Sarbs News. We're back with information about the 2006 film 8 Below. The movie had used a sign-off of "No animals were harmed," but it does apparently have accounts of abusing the animals.
According to our sources, a dog has been punched 5 times in its diaphragm by one of the trainers for his neglect to listen during a scene. The sign-off is still included in this because it's believed that the trainer was just responding to what could have been a very crucial situation.
We have a much less dramatic recreation of this tragic accident.
No dog should ever be hurt in this way. That is our final sad story about these animals, as we would like to shift to a more lighter note for the end of our broadcast.
As we shift our gears, the film Old Feller has a very famous scene that makes all of us at Sarbs cry, but we're here to tell our viewers that the scene was completely made with computer-generated imagery.
Spike, the matador that stars at Old Yeller, has no accounts of being harmed while the film was being created, which just sounds like music to our ears. And we're paying homage to our very own in-studio cats in the same way.
Let her run. Spook. She's going back. She said goodbye.
That just warms my heart so much. It's glad to hear that they're getting better treatment and are not being used as props anymore.
Oh, most definitely. Hey, did you hear about the new live-action Lion King movie? It seems like it's going to be promising, but sadly it's all CGI, so no real animals are involved in making it.
Yeah, but there's still the big circle of life phenomenon that is going to be revived once it does come out. And I think we have already seen it.
At least we give our cats treats after doing silly things like that.
Wait, we're getting breaking news that there's a well-known criminal on the loose that has helped save the cop from danger. It seems as if the criminal and the cop are very close friends, best friends even. It would make this friendship seem like it came out of the 1981 Disney film Fox and the Hound. The criminal is a modern-day Todd, and the cop is a modern-day Copper, and evokes some sort of feeling in me.
True, they're unlikely friends, much like Todd and Copper, but still value the times they share together, even when they're far away from each other.
Well, that's all for this morning's edition of Sarbs News. Take care of all your animals, and be kind to all living creatures.
Hi, this is post-production Desiree here to tell you that none of the cats that we used in this newscast were harmed in any way. We gave them lots of love and cuddles and treats after we filmed this, and they're all doing fine, just like my bear right here.